Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at 15 easy ways to level up your Skyblock XP that you may have not even thought of. Now the chances are you would have likely done at least one or two of these. Some of you may have even done all of them, but this is just a list I've compiled from areas of Skyblock XP that many people neglect. And if someone asks you, how can I get easy Skyblock XP, this is the video for them. So without further ado, let's go right into it. So firstly we're going to be looking at a couple of skill based ones, and then we'll go to more miscellaneous ones. One skill that is heavily neglected is Carpentry. Now Carpentry overall, if you were to max it out, will give you 700 Skyblock XP, or 7 whole levels, which is a huge amount. And the best way to do this is to go to the bazaar, run to the diamond section, enchant a diamond, create buy offer, and I'll just give you guys an example of buying 1000. The more you buy the better. You'll probably have to keep creating orders and cancelling them and just collect what you can, because it's quite competitive right now, especially because Derpy's mayor. And then click this one or this one. If you click 5% spread, it will fill fast. That just costs slightly more. You wait for that to fill, and there we go. And collect this. Now you just craft them into enchanted diamond blocks. Make sure you aren't using a personal compactor, as that does not grant carpentry XP. And there you go, you got your carpentry XP, and then sell it back to the NPC. Now with this method you will actually end up coming back with profit because of a recent update which saw rewards from leveling up your skills, where is it, here it is, being adjusted to inflation. So for me, I'm getting 1 million coins every time I level up my carpentry level, which pays for any losses from buying and selling the diamonds. And depending on the prices, in theory you should come out with a little bit of profit. And 7 Skyblock levels. Another skill that is often neglected by many people, including me, is Alchemy. So the best way to get Alchemy XP, therefore getting you Skyblock XP from leveling it up, is to farm sugarcane. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this if you don't have a good or a decent farming setup. Otherwise, you're just going to be getting very little Skyblock XP for the amount of time you put into it. So get an infinite sugarcane farm like this, and preferably fermento armor, obviously. Probably squash would be alright, I guess. And just get as much enchanted sugarcane as possible and brew it up. And not only will you get Skyblock XP from farming levels, you'll also get it from alchemy levels. Another skill is foraging. Since Derpy is mayor right now, foraging XP is much easier to come by, so this is a perfect opportunity to do it. You will need to find a decent lobby. So for example, this lobby looks like there's probably 1 or 2 people doing it. And if you want to find a perfect setup for foraging XP, I'll leave a link in the description to a video that explains how to do that. Moving away to some less obvious ones, we have Abbey phone contacts. Now, you may be thinking Abbey phone contacts are quite obvious and that lots of people have got all of them. The thing is, with Abbey phone contacts, Hypixel is always adding new ones. So for example, there was one just added this month, Mary in the Jerry's workshop, which you can get by completing your gift milestones. There's also other free ones you can get, for example Plumber Joe, and there's lots of free ones in the Crimson Isles which are always being added, and if you complete all of them, including the difficult ones, you can get 480 Skyblock XP as of the time of recording this video. That will increase, however, as Hypixel is constantly adding new ones. Another one that is heavily neglected, including by me, is if you go to collections and boss collections, you can see that there are a lot of collections here that you can get that will get you a lot of Skyblock XP. So if you were to complete all of these, you will get a total of 1015 XP, or just over 10 levels, which is insane for one section. Even just by completing the simple ones, you'll already be getting in the hundreds of XP, and I would highly recommend doing that if you want some quick and easy XP. Obviously, it gets harder as you go on, but this is if you just do the early tiers, this is something that it can be feasibly accomplished relatively quickly. Another one that people often forget about, especially early game players, is completing Slayer bosses. So one that most people neglect is Vampire Slayer. If you complete all 5 of those, which isn't too difficult, you could get yourself quite a bit of XP, because every single individual Slayer boss that you complete for the first time will reward you XP. Maybe you haven't done much Spider Slayer before and you've never completed a tier 4, that will get you XP as well. Same thing with Arachne. kill both of those, that will give you XP. Another one is dragons, so warp end and obviously go down to the dragon's nest. There are 7 different types of dragons, and many people, especially in the early and mid game, haven't fought many dragons before because obviously it's not really a good money making method these days. It was more of a money making method back in 2019 and 2020. If you kill all 7 individual dragons, you will get 200 XP, which is 2 whole levels, which is quite nice for such an easy task. If you were to go to the dungeon hub and go to your catacombs, there are 14 different floors, or 15 different floors actually if you include entrance, that you can complete, 7 of which are in master mode. And if you complete all of those for the first time, you will get yourself 540 XP, or nearly 5.5 levels. For many people who just do floor 6s or floor 7s, you may have quite a high cata level, but have never really tried out master modes like me, and therefore haven't claimed the Skyblock XP that you can get from completing these for the first time. For example, master mode floor 1 is only cata level 24, which is I believe the same that you need for floor 7. Floor 2 is only cata 26, and then 28 and 30. Most people should have over cata skills 30, and therefore you could feasibly buy a carry for these and get free Skyblock XP from it. Even floor 7 only requires level 36, which is not as high as you think. Now here's one, in my opinion, which is probably one of the most neglected parts of Skyblock XP, and that is Power Stones. Every single time you unlock a new Power Stone, you get 15 Skyblock XP, which is insane for how easy it is. If you were to buy all the Power Stones from here, though it's very expensive, you would be looking at getting a total of 300 XP or 3 Skyblock levels. Or even just doing the easy ones, like for example, Displaced Leech, Ender Monocle, Dark Orb, Beating Heart, Rock Candy, Luxurious Spore, Endstone Shulker, Furball. There are so many easy ones that you can get for less than 1,000,000 coins, and just to get yourself some quick and easy XP that so many people forget about. And it all adds up, of course. Looking more into the mining sector of the game, if you were to go into the Dwarven Mines and take a look at your Heart of the Mountain tree, you can see that we've got Peak of the Mountain here. Now, Peak of the Mountain is quite easy to level up early game. The further you go, the harder it gets. But I believe the hardest one, which is level 7 to unlock, is only 750,000 gemstone powder, which is not that much, really. I was able to get it quite quickly, and considering powder's so much easier to come across these days because of the new update allowing you to instantly open chests if you max out your Great Explorer perk, it shouldn't be too difficult to get. And if you get all the way to Peak of the Mountain 7, that will get you a total of 475 Skyblock XP, or nearly 5 levels. I was thinking about going completely over all the collection stuff, but I thought that most of you probably would have done a lot of your collections by now, because it's pretty obvious. But there's one set of collections that many people don't think about, and that's the Rift collections. You can see there's 6 different collections here, and if you were to max out all of these, which I have almost done, you will get yourselves a total of 116 Skyblock XP, which is nothing to complain about. That is quite a bit of XP. And these are very easy to max out, so you only need 400 to max out Wilted Barbarus. Catechus is 500. Agaricus Cap is just 200. And another thing in the Rift is your Rift Guide. So your Rift Guide, if we go to ways to level up and Rift Guide, you can see that you can get a total of 291 XP by completing all of the Rift Guide. Now, a lot of people haven't really done the Rift before. I'd say most people probably have, but I have to tell you, it's probably one of the easiest parts, if not the easiest part of the game to max out, maybe behind Enchanting. It is such quick progression compared to the rest of the game, and you could probably do it within a day or two and get all this free Skyblock XP. If we had to go over to the museum, there have been quite a few new updates lately, which have added a lot of new items to the museum. So Rarities is one of the best ones. As you can see at the last page here, you've got all of your, if you go away from the vacuums here, all of your farming tools. Now, if you have mostly maxed farming tools in terms of tiers like I do, you can get a lot of XP from this. For me, it's 7 XP per, not including the bonus XP you get every 5 to 10 levels, I think it is. And each of these, for me, is 7 XP. And many people will just have these sitting in their inventory, or in the chest, and you haven't actually put them in here, because many people don't realise, all the higher tiers have been added into the museum. So for example, Pumpkin Dicer 3.0 will give you 3 different slots completed for the museum. Therefore, for me, that would be 21 Skyblock XP. You can see it goes all the way back to here as well. There are so many different things. In fact, Ancient Cloak, that's just one I saw that I haven't added to the museum. Ancient Cloak, boom. There are so many random things in the museum. There we go. That is 7 free Skyblock XP. One I only recently found out about that actually gives you Skyblock XP is if you go to the community shop upgrades page, there are different upgrades that will allow you to gain Skyblock XP, and getting all of those maxed out, which doesn't take too long as it's just passive, you just leave them running in the background, that will get you a free 120 Skyblock XP, and none of these are going to cost you gems. The ones that cost gems I don't believe actually give you Skyblock XP. Finally, the obvious one, Bestiary. So there are so many Bestiary families these days, and if you were to max out Bestiary, which only a couple people have done I believe, you will get a total of 3,685 XP, or nearly 37 whole levels, which is crazy. There are so many random ones that you probably haven't thought of. Let's go here, and Star Sentry, you know, you kill 1,000 of these, you max it out, and you get 15 Skyblock XP. Powderghast. Let's go to another random one. Fishing and Grinches, or spooky festivals, all of these random ones. There are so many different ones. Mythological creatures, deep caverns. It's endless pretty much. And it's always a quick and easy way to get a little bit of Skyblock XP, but it all adds up, and after a long time, you could potentially max that out. Anyways, these are just some tips for early to mid-game players that may not know the Skyblock XP system very well. If you did enjoy, consider dropping a like and subscribing. I'm not here to force you, but it does help with the channel more than you'd expect. Thank you for watching to the end. If you have, comment potato, and I will heart every comment that does that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon in another video. Goodbye.